We're gonna be making a guide for Rune Slayer. Don't forget to like the video and subscribe for more content. So when you get in the game, you're gonna make a slot. The first slot, like if you're like actually brand new, you're not gonna have a chance of getting like any other race other than common ones. So the only way you can change is by purchasing with the Robux or making a different slot. The other slot has a chance of getting any race. It's just the first slot you don't. But there are some equate or sometimes where you can get it through just playing the game because like there might be like a some kind of bug and they're like, oh yeah, my bad for that, blah blah blah. That gives you a free roll, so you could just wait for that or spend Robux. Okay, so I'm going to be telling everything about like each class. So first of all, human, obviously, you have three passive abilities. First of them called Tenacity. When below 50% HP, gain a 15% attack damage buff and damage reduction. Second one, Ghoul Slayer. Your attack deals increased damage to undead enemies. For example, zombies or any type of undead. You have another one called Hunger Efficiency. Basically, what you get 1% focus and 2% mana. Really good ability. You do get an active ability too called Surge. But the thing is, there's a requirement. You gotta be like 50 hunger. It's basically where you harness your hunger to feel a power of burst. Okay, next one we got is Elf. Elf, I love this race by the way. This race is really good with bow. So it has three passive abilities again and a one active. So basically, first one called Strider. You get a 5% speed boost, 5% cooldown reduction, plus 10 stealth. Stealth in these games are very OP, by the way. For example, if you're close to a mob, or not, even if you're like a little bit far, mob can attack you. But if you have stealth, you could literally just go touch them and they won't attack you. But it only has 10%, so you might want to be careful. And obviously, Elf are known for having a crazy mana. You have a 10% mana increase and a focus too, 5%. You have a your active ability is at level 15 called Dust Walk, where you become invisible for like probably like 5 to 6 seconds. The cooldown is gonna be really high. Org. I never went Org before, so I'm not too sure about this class. But basically, he's passive abilities are Battle Hardening, 10% base health regeneration, Ravenous, where you get 15% max hunger, and Ashwalker, 20% heat resistance. He does have another active ability called Spawn Breaker. Lift the opponent and slam them head first onto the ground. So we're gonna get started with Ghoul now. Ghoulish Screech. Basically, when you're below 30% HP, has a chance to perform Screech that inflicts sleep. So it's like Mandrake. Yeah, you guys probably not don't know what Mandrake is, but you will know later on. Another of his passive ability he has is Ghoul Lineage, where you do 2.5 magic attack. So for example, you could go like mage for this build if you want. You don't have to, but you do have more magic attack than a physical attack. And you have a ghoulish gut where you have a 50% resistance to poison. It's good, but like there isn't too many like character that has a poison attack in this game, so it's like whatever. If you want to, you can. If don't, no, then don't. And his active ability he gets is ghoulish gall, fade into nothingness and it appears to strike those that oppose from above. So like at the same time, his active ability doesn't seem that bad for like or the class assassin. Next one we have is Amphibu. This is where like the rare or I think it's uncommon just because like this is common, uncommon then rare I think. Amphibu, its passive abilities it's all right, not bad, but it has a swim boost. So when you're swimming, you have a 35% more boost. You do have a immunity too, 50% immunity to anything like poisons, sleep, stuff like that. Echolocation at random interval lets the ribbit that highlights nearby mob and show. It's kind of annoying. If there's an enemy nearby, obviously it will highlight it, but like it's annoying because it slows you down. It does have an active ability. The active ability I say is fucking shit. I never use that ability. It basically tosses them in the sky, and it does have a evolution. Like some rays have evolution. First, you gotta be like level 25 to evolve. Goliath basically gives you 3% attack power buff, 2% jump height, 5% damage fall reduction, minus 5 speed boost, and plus 5 damage reduction. Called Agile Frog. Basically, this one was like alright for Archer. You give 35 swim boost, 25% jump height, plus 15% damage reduction, and plus 15 speed boost. The only reason I won this build because of the speed boost and the jump height. That might help save you. And it has one more other evolution called Golden Poison, where you get 15% jump height, 5% damage reduction, 5% speed boost, and immunity 50%. Next one, Ailuran. First of all, you have a fleet footwork where you get 8% movement speed, beastie coat. Basically get a negative 10% fire resistance, 10% heat resistance, and 25% cold resistance. And you do have a Prowler where you get 15% damage fall reduction and a 25% jump height. This one has two active ability at level 15, and I'm not sure on the other one. But basically called a nimble retreat, sweep, leap out of the danger. So you basically do like a rock leap backflip, if you guys know what I'm talking about. And you have another one called lick clean, lick yourself clean, removing status effect, negative and positive alike. Next one we got is Chiroptan. I don't really know how to pronounce it. If you guys wanna, fucking yell at me in the comments about how you pronounce it, my bad, bro. I'm not. Okay, so Chiroptan lineage. That's the passive ability called wind resistance, -5. You get a plus holy attack and a minus holy resistance. He has a one active ability called Chiroptan Roar. Roar and stun your enemy, slowing them and gaining a speed buff for 10 seconds. Activating the ability again during the buff bites your opponent for 5% of health and lifesteal. Slime is like one of the best for close combat just because let me tell you what you guys do. So it has two passive abilities. Slime body. You get a minus um magic resistance. It's not too terrible, but it's negative 7.5 magic resistance, so you're weak against magic and a fire resistance. So like if somebody's a fire mage, it's gonna be like 15%, but you should be alright. It's fine. You do get a plus 25% immunity, and you have a Viscous Remain, where when stuck, there's a chance to release a blob of slime when struck. Like for example, if you guys ever play League of Legends, there's a character called Zac. So when you use any ability, not any ability, but when he uses like Q and stuff like that, you have a chance of like dropping a blob where you go over it, you'll get healed. So yeah, these can be picked up and recover 6% HP. 6% HP is really good. And you have your active ability where Vicious Shock basically is sacrifice HP to unleash a powerful slime shock, and it triggers the slime blob. So sacrifice your HP, but you will get it back if you just pick it up. This thing is really strong for any like close combat like classes you're trying to go for. My favorite, I'm not gonna lie, this is probably my favorite one. You get half golem. Half golem, you could literally run anything with this. Preferably same like slime. You wanna go like melee type of. You could go like mage or even priest just because you could be like bulkier. So you have a passive ability where you get a stone body, negative 5% movement speed. It doesn't really matter. You get a 5% damage reduction and plus 10 max weight, and you have 25% robustness. Basically, I think that's like knockback, like less knockback. I'm not too sure on that. You get an active ability. This ability is alright. I use it sometimes, but not. You don't like if you don't have a slot for it, you don't really have to use it. Smash the ground and causes spike to grow around you, damaging nearby enemy. And you do have an evolution. First one called Siege Body, where you get negative 10% movement speed, 10% damage reduction, 5% magic resistance, and 25% max weight, and 25 more percent of robustness. That's like if you want to become more tanky. You got Assault Body, where you gain 12% attack power, really good. 6% movement speed, alright. Negative 10% damage reduction, and 25% robustness. If you're trying to go for like damaged full out deal, but you're still somewhat tanky, I think assault body is really strong. But you do lose that 10% damage reduction. Then you have a crystal body where you gain 10% magic buff. For example, if you want to go mage, like I said, crystal body would be really strong because you get a more magic power. 6% speed and minus 10 reduction, and you get the robustness 25%. So all of them you get that like less knockback. So you get a bunny. Bunny, this race, I think it's pretty good. A lot of people hate on it, but I personally find it good, especially what they did with the change where consumable takes no more space, or yeah, no more space in your inventory. It was annoying, but right now I personally think Bunny's really fucking strong. So passive ability, you only have one ability, Bunny Dash. Every single of your dashes takes you further. First, level 1, you get a bunny jump where you get a 5% physical and 35 focus. It's a long reaching dash that glides through the air with a very end lag. Yeah, the end lag is really shit, but that's why I don't really use it. I mean, it does like make you go pretty far, but there's an end lag to it. I don't really care about that one. But the one ability that I want you guys to see is the level 15 one where you carry summon. The only bad part about this is, like, for example, if you stack on this carry summoning, like, because there's a cooldown on it, but if you stack on it and you leave the game and like rejoin, your carry is gonna be like gone. So it's gone out of the inventory. You gotta remake it again. I mean, I get why they made it, but basically you get a 75% hunger and a 750 HP plus 500 mana. That is really strong from level 15. You get free food, so you don't need to like farm for food at all. Summons a carrot to be eaten can be used in a combat. You can use it in a combat, but it's not that good. HP, and it's really bad eating in mid fight. Maybe like if you like dueling or trioing with people, and you'd be like, "Yo, cover me real quick while I eat this." Sure, yeah, if you have time, but if you're just solo, it's kind of bad. All right, let's get to the legendary race, Vampire. Personally, me, I love this fucking Vampire race. It has crazy amount of passive abilities. So I went for like the bow build where I'm just farming stuff because bow is realistically the best PvE stuff for farming anything. Obviously, I just said PvP, but I mean PvE. So first ability or passive ability, let me tell you guys. Level 1, you get what was it, Vampiric Hermit, where you get a +1 luck. Luck in these games are fucking OP. You get another one, Vampiric, where you take 5% damage from all holy swords. So obviously, because you're a fucking vampire. You get another one called Nocturnal Being. Basically, during the day, your base damage or base stats reduced by 15%. During the night, base stats increase by 20%. So you do want to like adjust it, but you don't really feel that difference. I'm not gonna lie. I don't. I mean, I see it sometimes, but like I don't really like. It's not really what it's whatever basically. At level 26, you get a Bloodthirst. Bleeding opponent heals you 50% of the bleed damage dealt. At level 40, you heal when taking damage, but takes 15% more holy damage. It's pretty good, I'm not gonna lie. And you do get a active ability. This active ability does so much fucking damage at like especially early on. Called Sanguine Burst. Yeah, I don't really know what level. I think around like level 15 to 20. I think that's where you get it. But the best class for this is probably like ninja, samurai that can bleed, so you heal off the bleed. Like you could go ninja, assassin, or even samurai. Yeah. Okay, another one we got is Dullaham, 2% chance. Pretty rare, legendary. This one is actually kind of OP, especially if bosses spawns like a goblin, like Goblin King, I think, where he summons bunch of little fucking goblin little shit. But he has a two passive ability called Grim Reaper and an Undead Body. Grim Reaper heals a small amount of health after killing a monster. So, like I said, kind of OP for fucking bosses that summons little shit. You do have an Undead Body where you get 25% robustness, 10% cool resistance, and a minus 10% holy resistance. Severed sight called pop out your head and use it like a camera. Literally what it says. You literally take your head and you can throw it, place it down. Like for example, you can place it down on one boss. At level 15, you get a soul harvest, launch forwards, and sweeps them with a scythe. And you have level 25, death sickle, chance to be able to recast soul harvest to throw out a scythe dealing damage. So basically, you do Soul Harvest into Death Sickle, then you have a chance of getting a Soul Sight again, and you could use that ability. This thing, I probably go for like Samurai or like any close range that you want to be. It's like this thing is almost like slime, but with this, if you kill it, you get more heal, and you have a chance of healing way more. Seraphim, you have a passive ability called Seraphim Lineage where you're 2.5% resistance or 5 fire resistance and you have a 1 luck. This stacks with a lucky ring plus lucky roll plus 2 in buff. Luck in these games are fucking OP by the way. You do have a evolve at level 25. You get 2 wings variant where you get a 15% agility. Like I said, this could be really good for bow. Like this realistically, this is better than vampire. Realistically, just because of the 15 agility. Vampire, I mean, bow takes agility. 4 wing variant, you get a 6% physical attack, pretty good. And as 6 variant, you get a 5 focus efficiency and 5% mana. That's probably one of the best like rates. I mean, obviously it's fucking 1%, but yeah. Let's get to the Infernium. Where you have your passive ability basically gives you negative 5% holy resistance, obviously, because you're a fucking devil. You get a Hellborn, you're plus 5 or plus 10% fire resistant, plus you get a 1 luck. So it has 2 horn, 4 horn, and 6 horn, same like the Seraphim. 2 horns, you get a 6% speed. So you have a hellish dash that detonates shortly after. You have a two horn variant 4 horn variant where you get a 10% magic power, snaps your finger unleashing hell chains, and you have a 6 variant where you get where your fire attack you get a 20% fire attack, really OP if you're just gonna go like a fire class. Unleash your wrath, sending a scorching wall towards. Those are all the race and what I went through. That one is gonna be really OP for mage, by the way, the last one. Infernium is just really good for fucking mage. That's literally just it. Okay, so when you first come here, you just start here. I would say just grab every quest you can get. The blue ones, like the blue question mark on top of them are daily, so you can redo them. Pretty easy. This the yellow one means like it's just a one-time quest. This dude, you gotta kill that little fucking shark or not shark, a fucking crocodile. Um, just collect those quests, and there are like guilds. So like you go to guild show you guys. Talk to her and you want to join the adventure. So you can only claim like I think you should be able to claim the whole thing. Yeah. You just can't claim like the same one. You do want to talk with the guildmaster, Cleve. He gives you a quest too, and you always want to go talk to this guy because he wants to give you a lot of quests. He'll actually help you a lot. Like for example, you get all that quest. Look at this. B, get slime back or slime elimination, mandrake. Let's go here. The important ones that you want to get is this woman right inside this place where you do her quest. Let me show you right here. Sally's lost back. So basically, you can get it from killing killing slimes because they the one that fucking took it. And the reason I'm going here is because this woman right there has a quest about killing bees, and you have a quest. Where is it? I seen it before. Right here, B, killing B. So why not just do both of them? Those are the only quests that there is in this place until you like give back to the like the guild. So you should probably claim this one too. And this lady. This lady just wants you to like collect apple and get eggs. So I collect bunch of them. I'm just gonna talk with this guy. I collect bunch of them and she's gonna ask you for an egg. And what was it? To equip your weapon, by the way, press X. So if you press X like that, just gotta hit it. You just hit the chicken and they will drop you egg. Right there. Boom. You finish one of the quests. Very easy. That's the probably first quest you should do. Boom. Are almost level up. Once you finish your quest, you come back to the guild, or not all the quests, but the jobs. Jobs. See, you just gotta talk with her, and I would say I like to complete a job. I haven't done any job, but yeah, those are it. The mobs you can find are in this area, northeast. Goddamn. And there's a storage. It's like, for example, if you want to make a different slot, the storage connects like all like accounts. So, but there are some items that are soulbound, so you might want to be careful on that. But let's get into the gear part where okay, I can't really craft anything. But basically, when you first started, you want to buy, like, once you do a little bit quests, you get a little bit of money, like coppers. So I'm pretty sure, what was it? Like 100 copper is 1 silver, and 1,000 silver is 1 gold. I'm pretty sure. I'm not too picky on that money, so I'm not too sure on that. Basically, you want to get one of these, and there's a mining place on that side where you can mine and just upgrade more and more. If you guys do find this helpful, hit the like button and subscribe. Let me know if you guys want more type of guide. This is just early on guide. If you want like mid game to late game, let me know in the comment.